participate. What? Best book I've read. Hi guys, it's Mariam. Welcome to a weekend in my life reading edition. I am participating in the Hello Spring Autumn Readathon that's happening this weekend, so I thought it would be fun to vlog my experience. I am so happy that I found a seasonal readathon that actually matches with my season, because a lot of the seasonal readathons that happen are always catered to the Northern Hemisphere, and there's not really any that like match with the seasons down here in the Southern Hemisphere. So I love that this readathon, basically anyone can participate no matter where they live, because they've got spring prompts and autumn prompts, and obviously I am going to be doing the autumn prompts because it's autumn where I live at the moment. So this readathon is actually a 48-hour readathon. By 48 hours I don't mean like reading for 48 hours straight, which I definitely will not be doing because I have work on Monday morning, so that's not happening. But I'm hoping to read both books before the readathon is over. So for the two autumn prompts, we've got a book with cozy vibes and a mystery. For the mystery prompt, I have chosen The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. This actually won the Goodreads Choice Awards for Best Thriller, so I'm very excited. So this is a mystery thriller, and I think this is going to be a really good book to start the readathon off with because I'm assuming it's going to be fast paced. And then for the book with cozy vibes prompt, I chose The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Heard so many mixed reviews. I feel like you either hate or love this book, and I'm hoping that I love it. I'm so excited to participate. I'm going to start with The Last Thing He Told Me and we'll see how it goes. So it is currently 12:54 p.m. so I'm going to start reading now, and I'll probably read for about 30 to 45 minutes, and then I'll give you an update on how I'm going. And then I'm going to take a short break because at 2 p.m. I actually am going to be interviewed for TJTV's podcast called the Content Creator Podcast. So obviously I won't be reading during that time. I'm so excited to be on their podcast. They're one of my favorite small YouTubers, so I'll have their channel linked down below, as well as the podcast episode that I'll be featured in. But anyways, enough rambling. Let's start reading. It's been half an hour and I am currently on page 29. I realized that before I didn't even like read you the synopsis, so I'm just gonna read the back of the book for you guys if you are wondering what this book is about. It was the last thing he told me. Before Owen Michaels disappears, he manages to smuggle a note to his new wife Hannah. Protect her. Hannah knows exactly who Owen needs to protect. His 16-year-old daughter Bailey, who lost her mother tragically as a child and who wants absolutely nothing to do with her new stepmother. As her increasingly desperate calls to Owen go unanswered, his boss is arrested for fraud and the police start questioning her. Hannah realizes that her husband isn't who he said he was, and that Bailey might hold the key to discovering Owen's true identity and why he disappeared. Together, they set out to discover the truth, but as they start putting together the pieces of Owen's past, they soon realize that their lives will never be the same again. I'm only like up to page 29 and already there's so much that's happened. So both Hannah and Bailey have received the notes from Owen, and Owen has left Bailey $600,000 in a duffel bag, and it's like, where did that money come from? And Hannah and Bailey have just found out that Owen's workplace, his boss, is actually being arrested for fraud. So it's like, is Owen involved as well? Like, is that why he's disappeared? And now we've got like one of Hannah's oldest friends coming to see them, and then the last page that I just read, that oldest friend just says, it's all my fault. And now I'm just like, what? I just already have so many questions. It's so suspenseful and I'm excited, but that is a little update on how it's going. And then after the interview is over, I will continue reading. Update, I just finished the interview for the podcast with Tassiani and Talissa for their Content Creator Podcast. I am so excited for you guys to see it when it comes out. I'll have it linked down below once it eventually does come out, but I am so thankful and so honored that they even wanted to to interview me in the first place. That is so cool. But now that that is done, it is time to continue with the last thing he told me. I think the way I'm gonna do the reading tonight for this book, I want to follow like a 4-hour Pomodoro thing. It's like one of those study sessions. People normally use it when they're like doing homework and stuff, but I'm gonna use it for reading. And I know on YouTube there are, I feel like, Harry Potter themed ambience for Pomodoro methods, and I think I'm gonna be just following that. I've just got a Ravenclaw Pomodoro study session. It's the 50-10 method, so you read or study for 50 minutes, then take a 10-minute break. It's 4 reading sprints basically for 50 minutes. So this will definitely get me to read quite a lot, so I'm excited. And I am in the house Ravenclaw, hence why I've got a Ravenclaw study session going on, but I'm excited. These just give me all the cozy vibes. Just wanted to quickly pop on here and give you an update. I have just reached part 2. I forgot to mention before, but basically the book is split into different parts and there are chapters within those parts. So I've just now reached up to part 2, which is on page 92, I believe. But I wanted to just come on here mainly because there is a reference to Garfield. If you know me, you know how much I love Garfield. So I'll read out the quote. "Orange lights, orange uniforms. I loved orange. I was obsessed with Garfield, so you know." That's what I remember. My father pointing to the colors and saying it's like Garfield. As soon as I read that quote, I was like, what? That is so random, but I love that that's included in. But yeah, so far the story has been pretty good. There are some secrets starting to unravel. Hannah's been questioned by the FBI and there's things that are kind of adding up, and Hannah and Bailey are actually going to Austin, Texas. It's looking like Owen has some secrets in his past, maybe. Also, I absolutely love Hannah as a character so far. She is trying so desperately hard to get Bailey to like her and accept her, but Bailey's like not having it. But I have a feeling like towards this book, you're gonna see them actually get along and work together. But anyways, let us continue reading. It is 7:15 p.m. I'm just about to make some dinner. I'm gonna have some dumplings, which I'm very excited about. But I just wanted to hop on here to let you know that I'm 50% through this book and I've just reached a huge plot twist in the story. Let's just say that Hannah and Bailey definitely don't know much about Owen at all, because he may not be who he says he is or has led them to believe he is. And also I am loving the fact that Hannah and Bailey are now working together, and Bailey is starting to actually warm up to Hannah a little bit, because technically Hannah's all that Bailey's got at the moment, because she doesn't have any other family besides Owen, who is disappeared. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the story. I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna end up being able to finish this book all like tonight, because I'm only 50% of the way through now, but like just wanted to give you a little halfway update. I just wanted to give you guys one final update before I head to bed. It is 10:41 p.m. and I am officially up to part 3, which is the final part in the last thing he told me. I'm gonna head to bed because I have to wake up really early tomorrow morning, because I'm gonna be participating in the reading sprints, which I'm so excited for. I'm gonna wake up early for that. It's 8:30 a.m. my time when that's on, so I will finish reading the book either before the reading sprints or during the reading sprints, and then I'll finally be able to start The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. But yeah, that is the little update. Here's little Bella. She's super tired too, so she's gonna head to bed. bed and wake up early. Aren't we waking up early for the reading sprints? Yes, we are. Good morning, it is Sunday and it is currently 8:45 a.m. I've woken up just in time for the reading sprints over on Sarah's Reading Nooks channel. She's one of the hosts for the readathon and I participated in the readathon she created for the Hello 2022 readathon, which was in January, and one of my favorite parts was the reading sprints because it was like you were reading with other people, like so you were part of a book community, and it was so much fun because you would just like talk about what book you're reading and what your thoughts are and stuff like that. It was just so much fun. We've just started our first reading sprints. These go for about 30 minutes and then we have a discussion and then we go back into reading sprints. I've also made a quick cup of tea as well, so I'm just going to have my cup of tea and read. The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave, and wow, I think I really enjoyed this story. One of my favorite things about this book is seeing how Hannah and Bailey's relationship progressed throughout the book, because at the start of the book, Bailey was not a fan of Hannah and was very dismissive of her, and Hannah would try everything in her power to make Bailey like her. I just loved seeing Bailey warming up to Hannah as the story goes on, and the actual ending, like the last sentence in this book, had me like so warm and fuzzy, honestly. And there's actually a quote near the end of the book that I just wanted to mention because I was like, it was so sweet. Basically, they're flying back home after they were trying to find out answers about Owen and who he really is. So this is on the plane. Her elbow is there. The plane is picking up speed. I put my elbow there too and I feel her do it. I feel us both do it. We move a little closer to each other as opposed to doing the opposite. It feels like what it is. A start. This is definitely more of a mystery than a thriller, but I really love the mysterious aspects of it, the suspense, the questions that you continuously had. Who is Owen really? Is he a bad person? Is he a good person? Is this a misunderstanding? And you get pretty much all the answers by the end of the book, which is really great because I do not like it when books have cliffhangers unless there's a sequel to the next book. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to be rating this. I'm leaning towards either a 4 or a 4.5 stars, but I will give you another update towards the end of this video with my final ratings of the book. So yeah, that was my thoughts on The Last Thing He Told Me. Now it is time to do my favorite thing ever, updating my Goodreads to say that I finished the book. Honestly, it's like a reward doing it. I'm going to get started on reading The Midnight Library. I also found an audiobook for this book on YouTube, so I may switch between the audiobook and the physical copy. I'm excited. I actually don't really know what this book is about, so I'm going to read the synopsis for you guys. Between life and death, there is a library. When Nora Seed finds herself in the Midnight Library, she has a chance to make things right. Up until now, her life has been full of misery and regret. She feels she has let everyone down, including herself, but things are about to change. The books in the Midnight Library enable Nora to live as if she had done things differently. With the help of an old friend, she can now undo every one of her regrets as she tries to work out her perfect life. But things aren't always what she imagined they'd be, and soon her choices place the library and herself in extreme danger. Before time runs out, she must answer the ultimate question: what is the best way to live? I am on page 23 of the Midnight Library and I'm already really enjoying the book. There are already like so many quotes in this book that I can really resonate with, and I just wanted to mention some of them. Nora went through her social media. No messages, no comments, no new followers, no friend requests. She was antimatter with added self-pity. She went on Instagram and saw everyone had worked out how to live except her. She posted a rambling update on Facebook, which she didn't didn't really use anymore. I feel like that whole section about social media is something that I and a lot of us can actually really relate to. But yeah, I feel like already within like the first 23 pages of the book, the main character is a very relatable one to a lot of us. But yeah, I'm going to continue reading. I just wanted to give you an update on the quotes that like stood out to me so far, but I think we're getting up to the part where she's at the Midnight Library because this chapter literally like starts with midnight, if you can see. Update, it has been a full 48 hours now, so the 48-hour readathon is officially over. I am so proud of myself because I managed to finish the whole of The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave, and I am almost technically finished with the Midnight Library. I am on page 201, so I've only got 87 pages left to go, which I think is really good. I'm also really happy because I really enjoyed The Last Thing He Told Me, and I haven't finished the Midnight Library yet, but so far I'm really enjoying it. I'm finding Nora such a relatable character, and I just really like the concept of this book. I'm really intrigued to see how it ends and what other lives that Nora is going to be partaking in. I'm gonna be continuing reading the book tonight and tomorrow, and then I might just pop in one last time to give you my final ratings and reviews of the Midnight Library and The Last Thing He Told Me. But I just wanted to let you know that the readathon is over and how I went. I will see you guys in a few days time for my final review. Here are my final ratings for the two books I read for the Hello Spring Autumn Readathon. The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave got a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely love this one. It was such a good mystery, kept me on my toes, and was very much a page turner. Highly recommend this one. Then the other book I read was The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, and that book was absolutely incredible. It was a 5-star read for me and is so far the best book I've read in 2022, so I definitely recommend this one. So yeah, that was a really good book. I recommend both The Last Thing He Told Me and The Midnight Library. I had such a fun time participating in this readathon, and I'm so excited to participate in the Hello Summer Winter Readathon, which will be happening later on in this year. I think it's in June or July. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little reading vlog. Be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up if you did. Let me know what other bookish content you would like to see from me, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel down below. I post lifestyle, book and house content here, and also follow me on my Instagram. I post a ton on there as well. I also have a Goodreads and a book Instagram, so I'll have those linked down below too. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!